Well, this is good because the light is blocking all of you. So clearly this is the first time that I've been here because I wasn't backstage. I didn't get an invite back then. Anyway, we're all of age, and so I'm guessing we all have a different, I mean, we have what? We have exes, and I'm no different than that. So my ex is an alcoholic and a drug abuser, and I was married to him for 10 years, so geez, I have a lot of stories. The first one was he got home one night, and I could tell he was home because he put the key in the door 1,000 times and it fell. Our front door was right by our bedroom, and so he finally he gets in, and I'm like, okay, he's home, I can go to sleep now. And the next morning I get a phone call about 7 o'clock, and it says he's been arrested. And I'm like, what the fuck, you came home? How did you and he was like, well, I had to go and get some cigarettes. I'm like, seriously? Where's the car? I don't know. He's like, can you come and get me? How? When we take the bus to come and get me? And not to mention, it's my car, right? I knew I married an alcoholic and a drug abuser, so I left it in my name. Anyway, I'm not stupid. I'm the counselor. Couldn't get him to stop drinking. So I'm like, oh, I pick him up, and I'm like, okay, what happened? Well, I went out, got some cigarettes, saw this cop across the intersection, and he was giving the alcohol test to some guy. I'm like, and he was like, well, I was just curious. I just wanted to see what they did. So he sat there, watched it, and I'm sure the cop was like, what the hell? Am I going to be killed? What's going on here? So he, so the guy that the cop initially stopped wasn't drunk, so they let him go. But he walks across the intersection to my husband, who's got his lights on the cop, sees the cop coming, rolls down his window, and starts to chat with him. So now he's getting the alcohol test, and he wasn't so lucky, he got arrested. So then we have another time, he was into drugs too, in case I didn't mention that. He's growing marijuana in the backyard. It's like this little spindly plant, it's just horrible. And he's like, oh, it's not thriving out there. Now, thriving is my word, because thriving for him would have been an SAT word. So he's like, can I bring it in? Whatever, bring it in. So he brings it in, and a couple of days, it's like all full of bugs. He's like, I'm like, get it out. It's just got bugs all over it. So he takes it out, and that day he takes it out, it's stolen. That works. And so what he doesn't tell me, it was stolen by a cop. Jumped the fence, took the plant, right? So like 3 days, yeah, it really worked. So like 3 days later, knock, knock, knock. Of course, my husband's not home, is he? And he's like, I'm Officer so-and-so, and you're under arrest. I'm like, what the fuck? What did I do? So he's like, well, you were growing marijuana in the backyard. Well, fortunately, my husband came home. You can tell I'm nervous, can't you? My husband came home, and it was like, this guy's here for you. And he's like, well, who are you? You know, of course, my husband's drunk. And I'm like, it's a cop. He took the plant. He left a card, said, call me, and he didn't. So here he is. So anyway, my husband said, well, I'll cooperate if you take her name off of it. So he did. And then there was, the other time was, well, you know, let me tell you something a little bit about me. My husband, I can't say everything about him. I was driving home one day. It was dark. It was April. There was sun coming through, like the sun you see on those Jesus pictures. I'm driving along, and bam, big, loud pop. I have no idea what's happened. I hit a railroad crossing. How did somebody do that? I was sober. How does somebody do that? I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. And I know, oh my gosh, it put like this, shattered my windshield, put a big hole in it. And so what do? I go home. I just keep driving. never thought of stopping. It was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't hurt anything. I didn't hurt anybody. So I kept going. So I get home, call the cops, and the lady who takes the call, she's like, oh, you're the one that left the scene of the accident. I'm like, scene of the accident? What are you talking about? It was a railroad crossing. She's like, that's a felony. I'm like, what? She's like, you left the scene of an accident, and that's not good. So the cop finally arrives, and I'm like, you know, this lady at the other end, she keeps saying, you left the scene of the accident, you left the scene of the accident. And he said, well, you know, it's my call, I'm not going to arrest you. So anyway, I got out of that one. I don't know what it cost my insurance company, though. Although I know what it cost me for doing it. Thank you.